What's up, YouTube? Welcome out to Take a Hike with Jim. Of course, my name is Jim, and today here on the channel we will be going over our cooking and food storage system that we have in place. Now we're going to talk about where we started, where we are now, and where we hope to be. Because there's going to be some changes. Let's get a sip of our cup of double java this morning. So I give you a warning, a heads up ahead of time. Meow Meow is not on her best behavior today, the hiking kitty. So you'll probably see her in the video playing with some of this stuff and probably getting on old hiking Jim's nerves here. But that's okay. It's what Meow Meow does, right? So in saying that, we started out, when we got our cooking system, we started out with the jet boil system. I don't know if you know much about the jet boil system. The jet boil system is fantastic. It offers state-of-the-art technology as far as using less fuel. It's easy setup. Really don't got to worry about the tip weight ratio, that type of thing. But in saying that, I found that it was bulky and it was heavier than I wanted it to be for an Appalachian Trail through hike or just even a weekend camping hike, whatever the case may be. So when I went to trail days in Damascus, Virginia, I started talking to some through hikers and people down that way, and plus I started watching some more videos. But a lot of the through hikers told me about this one stove right here. This is the MSR PocketRocket Deluxe with igniter. Okay, so these little arms, they fold in, they fold out for storage, whatever. So you can set your pot on top. You got your on-off valve. You got your electronic ignition. This thing is extremely lightweight compared to the jet boil system. It has its own little satchel, which you'll see here in a little bit, that it fits down. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and show you that. Has its own little satchel that it fits down in. Now, whether or not we keep that satchel or not, probably will for the sake of the stove. But it fits down in there. This thing works tremendous. The jet boil claims to heat water like within 1 minute or something like that. And it worked out beautifully fine. I mean, it was windy, it was cold, it was snowy when we tested it, and it lived up to expectations. This one takes just a hair longer, but if you have a wind block, about the same amount of time, and it's lightweight. The tip ratio to this is greater than the jet boil, so for beginners out there, maybe a jet boil is the way to go. And I had that jet boil for about a year, and the jet boil sumos, I think is what I had, and we had it for about a year. Field tested, used it several times, decided we didn't like it, ended up, because of the size, the bulk, the weight, giving it away. So we got this MSR PocketRocket Deluxe that has the igniter. Now, like with any of these stoves, heating sources that have the igniters, you should always carry a lighter, maybe even two with you for a secondary ignition source, just in case. Now, not only do I carry a lighter or two, once you'll see in my fancy, when we do the, when I say fancy, when we do the video on extra gadgets that made the cut, you'll see that I actually carry not only do I carry the lighters with this system, I also carry a strike stone, right? A flint and steel stone. That way that if I need it to an emergency, I can light it that way. If I need it, whatever. But you'll see that in another video. But we do have the MSR PocketRocket. Now, also with the MSR PocketRocket, this came highly suggestible from people. This right here is a fuel adapter. So what this thing does is you screw a can that a fuel that almost has no fuel in it, but still has some. You pop this off, you put your can right here that has very minimal or has what you need or what you want, and you turn it on, and this will take the fuel from the can that has very little and put it in your can, fueling it, refilling it. Now, the reason why I went ahead and got this thing was like $38 for this little piece of equipment. But the reason why I went ahead and got this, a lot of people that have walked and done the trail hike and the through hike had told me, they was like, Jim, listen, when you go out and there's hiker boxes and stuff, you're gonna find people left all kind of cans of fuel, and they're not necessarily completely empty. So you might find yourself in a situation in between resupplies. And if you have that little thing, you can take their cans, fill up your can, and it may mean the difference in eating something warm and hot, or having hot coffee in the morning versus cold soaking things and eating that way, which there's nothing wrong with either system. It's just the way that it is. But They highly recommended this. It's extremely lightweight, extremely small. It fits in the MSR bag with my MSR PocketRocket, so we have it. So yeah, so why not? So we have it with us and go from there. Up next, I want to talk about my Spork, right? I got this at Walmart. It's aluminum, it's lightweight, it's only a few ounces, it doesn't weigh much at all. It's kind of got a longer handle, it's got a little hook thing here. Now they do make a toothbrush adapter that you can put in that where you can use this even to brush your teeth if you'd like. I'm not doing that. I got me a little foldable toothbrush for the field, right? And we'll go through the hygiene kit and stuff later. But anyway, saying this is my Spork. It's very lightweight. It's made out of aluminum. I have field tested, used it. It cuts really good with the side. Fork part works good. Spoon does, has it, should. Not much you can talk about when it comes to a Spork. Handle's long, reaches down in the bag, reaches down the pot pretty good. Easy to clean, easy to rinse off. As long as I don't lose it, I think we'll be fine. But I'm only carrying the one utensil with me. And I'm going to carry a set of plastic silverware, has a backup in case I lose this. I will have the silverware, the plastic silverware in plastic bag, has a backup just in case. Just one set, nothing elaborate or heavy. So, like I said, we started out with the MSR, not the MSR, but we started out with the JetBull system. And of course, the JetBull system, Sumo or the regular JetBulls, they have that big cup, which is awesome for a lot of things. It heats fast. It has the windbreak. It has a lot of benefits to it. But the one thing, and this is one item that I'm probably going to change out for something else, even though it is extremely lightweight, it does take up some space. And I don't feel like it's necessarily needed. I tell you why I bought it originally. I don't want my coffee in the morning to taste like ramen noodles. I don't want my sweet tea or my hot tea in the evenings, tasting like beef stew. I don't want my hot cocoa on those very cold nights tasting like tuna, right? Heated up tuna or whatever. So in saying that, not that you would heat up tuna, but I'm just saying you've had tuna casserole, you know. And if you know, you know, right? So anyway, so there we go. We have this cup that I bought just especially for coffee. It is extremely lightweight. Once again, it is, let me put my hand down. This is a titanium 450 milliliter double walled cup. It is extremely lightweight. It heats up real nice, and it's got the handle on the side. See, it's got the handles right here, and the handles fold into the cup. So when you set this on the burner, make sure that your handles are out so you have a place to grab your handle. And then if you don't, check this out. Let me show you something. This ran into me when I field tested this one time this year. I forgot the handles sitting there on my stove. I'm like, well, how am I going to get my coffee off that thing? I took my Spork, reached down in there like that, flicked that handle out, put my Spork that side, flicked that handle out. There you go. Didn't burn myself. Was able to grab the let the handle sit there for a minute where this was up against this. Let that cool off for just a second or a minute or so with the stove off. Then I was able to grab it without burning myself. So the Spork came in handy as a tool as well, right? So anyway, I have this. This is just for like coffee and drinks and stuff like that. It's extremely lightweight, but it is bulky. I've been thinking about going with one of those. I've been thinking about going with one of those collapsible, expandable cup things. But the reason why I haven't yet is because this right here, the only thing it's going to have in it, this will never have food. Where my other pot will have food, and I'll have to pour that water source into the cup to use or whatever. And I know you can field washing things and clean things and do dishes and do chores out in the field or out on the trail. I keep saying the field when I'm military. On the trail. But at the same time, I just don't know. I still kind of like the idea of just having the tangible cup. I know it's kind of like a luxury item, and it ain't going to change my pack weight that much. It really, if anything, the satchel weighs more than the cup. Toss the satchel, right? So anyway, there it is. So, okay, here we go. So now we have my big boy, right? We have my big boy. This is my cooking pot. Now my cooking pot is, it's got its own satchel as well. My cooking pot is also titanium, right? It's also titanium. Oops, there it goes. See, I got startled. The lid does not, as you can tell, stay on very well at all. We'll set some stuff over here, put this lid back on. As you can tell, the lid does not stay on very well at all. But this is a TOAKS Titanium 900 milliliter titanium pot. I have used it. I have field tested. It's got the nice little burn spot on the bottom where I have this thing here. Once again, it has the handles that fold into the inside. Once again, if you get stuck in a situation, use your Spork, pop them out, and let it cool off, then you would have that. It has, you can't really see inside, it has the little fill lines and the measurements inside, up to 24 ounces, and then above that would be a few more ounces, but you know, 24 ounce lines about where it's recommended that you use this pot for what it's used for. It's even on the outside there a little bit, but I have cooked beef stew in this, I've cooked oatmeal in this, I've cooked several things in it. The pot cleans real easy, wipes down real easy. It's extremely lightweight. Once again, the satchel weighs more than the pot. The one thing I'm not happy about, and you saw it, and I'm not going to edit it out because I don't edit those things out in my videos, because those things are things that I feel that can happen on field, is the lid. The lid extremely is horrible. Horrible lid system. Horrible lid system. So the lid system, I was just trying something just for poops and giggles. It has this little pull tab at the top of it. But what I found out on field was, get a sip of double Java, I kept forgetting to pull this little tab up. So once again, I have to use my Spork. I'd have to grab it, I'd have to pull it up, and then there you would have it and have it off there. It has the 3 breather holes on it. The lid itself is kind of convenient. It's nice, but in saying that, I don't like how it just sets on the pot, and it's very flimsy, and if you ain't careful, you can drop it, and then you get in a situation where you're nervous, spill hot water all over your food or whatever. So not really happy with the lid situation, but I mean, you can use a piece of aluminum foil to fold over it or whatever you would like. That would also be lightweight and reusable. So I'll keep the lid for right now. I watched a video of somebody else that had the same problem with this. So what they would do, as weird as it sounds, they would take a piece of chewing gum, as they was chewing it or whatever, and they'd break their chewing gum in two, and they'd put a piece here and a piece here, and they would set the lid down on this pot on their chewing gum, and the chewing gum would kind of, I don't know, act as an adhesive and hold it, and they pull it up. I mean, it's their chewing gum. People's like, ooh, that's disgusting. Well, I mean, you've been chewing it. It's your chewing gum. It ain't like you're going to be like, hey, can I borrow your chewing gum? Hey, Walks with Bear. That's a trail name, right? Can I borrow your chewing gum? No, that's not how it's going to be. You'd use your own chewing gum. So anyway, that is the cooking pot system. Inside of it, because it's so big and it fits real well, this is the fuel canister. Now, this is isobutane gas cartridge. Its net weight is 8.11 ounces. This one's only had 2 cooks off of it. They claim that this is good for about 40, 45 lights, cooks, or something like that. So this one should last me a little bit. I don't plan on, a lot of people carry 2 canisters at a time. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm probably going to carry 1 canister at a time. If I get in a situation that I have to cold soak, I just have to cold soak. But due to the weight, you know what I mean? Due to the weight, probably 1 canister. Maybe when I get in the 100-mile wilderness, 2 canisters at a time. The way I understand it from people at trail days, at any given time, I'm going to be in a situation where I get to a gas station, a trail supply store, or a Walmart for a few dollars for a ride or whatever. And if I needed to pick one up, I can. People will highly recommend you take at least 2 with you. I'm not saying that's bad advice. I'm saying I'm taking 1 for now. And we'll see. I may upgrade to having 2 of these. But right now, the 1 fits right in the pot. Obviously, 2 wouldn't. Close my sides up. And then I have my satchel, my stuff sack. I call them satchels, but the stuff sack. And this would go down inside the stuff sack, right? Like I said, field tested and proven. Don't like that lid. You see now I'm still struggling with it. Don't like that lid at all. So there is that. Last but not least, this is an area that I am severely struggling with, okay? This is an area that I'm severely struggling with. Whether or not to take what I have or to exchange it out. And I will tell you why. So, originally, I bought the Bear Vault $475. This thing claims to hold 5-6 days worth of food. It can also act as a stove. But in saying that, this thing, it's got some weight to it. Let's see. I don't know what the actual weight is. Let's see if I can get a actual weight here. The weight empty is 2.25 pounds. The interior side is 2.5 gallon. Capacity 5 to 6 days worth of food. So yeah, I mean, 5 to 6 days worth of food. I feel like I can squeeze 7 days worth of food in this, a whole week's worth of food if packed right. Along with my cooking gear and different things like that, it would be kind of tight, but I think I can do it. And then, of course, the Bear Vault system, it locks. And either you push on the little tab, which if you know, it's one of those things that's hard on the fingers or whatever. This one I've got loose right now. People use the credit card or debit card method or the quarter method to kind of help take off the lid. Anyway, this thing is pretty much bear, 100% bear proof, bear tested, bear can't get into type of deal. It comes with like these little trail tip things and stickers that I put on the bottom of the lid. Like, give you an example, respect wildlife, plan ahead and prepare, take all scraps, keep it locked, 70 big steps, you know, different things like that. Anything that smells needs to be, you know, secured or whatever as well. So from the bear, so they're talking 5-6 days of food, maybe your fuel canister, and maybe your hygienic products in here, which still ain't bad. 5 days of food still ain't bad, because like when you're in 100-mile wilderness, they recommend 10 days worth of food supply. So at that point, I can put 5 days in here, grab something different for an extra 5 days or whatever, or just have a resupply drop to us somewhere there. But this is the Bear Vault, right? This is it. This is the 475? Yeah, the BV 475. And so here's my issue. Here is my major issue with it. Yes, it only weighs 2.25 pounds empty. It's the bulk size of this thing. The bulk size of this thing is extremely awkward to fit in my bag. It takes up so much space that I have struggled with, do I bring this or do I bring a bear bag? The bear hang bags I've used, I have field tested this, I love it. It gives me a seat by the campfire, by a tree, whatever. The bear bag, I love those. I do not love the idea of continuously having to throw my stuff in a tree. One point got my cord stuck, had to cut, lost a bunch of cordage, and different things like that. These are not required on the Appalachian Trail, but a few places, Neil's Gap, and there's like one other place, but it's only like a 2, 3, 4 mile hike through those areas. A lot of people just hike through and camp on the other side of it. So they're not really required, but they are extremely convenient if you ask me. So I think that we may end up trying to take our Bear Vault with us. I don't necessarily know yet, but I think that we're going to try. Once we go through our packing our bag, we do the video on that and how everything fits down in there and stuff. So see, like I said, I locked it. Bear's not getting into it. We're not getting into it at this point. So there it is. So that's my cooking system. And like I said, we got some changes we've been thinking about making, some different things. Maybe dropping a cup, adding something different there. Maybe changing out the Bear Vault can, and maybe keeping it. I think I'll be honest with you. I think for the weight and different things that I'm dealing with the other things that I've cut out of my pack, we just have to see, because I have to keep my pack weight down. My pack is recommended at 30-35 pounds. I can maybe push out a pound or two, but at the same time, I want to try to keep my pack weight before food and water below 25 pounds if I can. And the last time I checked, I was about 19 pounds before I added some stuff that I'm now taking away. And you'll see that in our other videos. So, all right, so there you go. That is the Bear Vault 475. That is the MSR Deluxe PocketRocket stove. That is the adapter for the fuel to transfer to canister. That is the big 900 milliliter titanium pot with the wobbly lid that nobody likes. That is our Walmart Spork and that is our coffee cup only, right? That is our cooking system and storage system for our Appalachian Trail through hike. Hey, if you like these videos, please do me a huge favor. If you'd like to kind of give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, please, and help us support this channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. Now, if you do me one more favor, would you please take a hike?